the 14th online meeting of the ICT Back 1 today, March 16, 2026. Furthermore, to promote transparency pursuant to Section 38 of RA 12009, the copy of this recording will be uploaded on the DICT's official YouTube channel. Please do visit the DICT Philippines in YouTube. And good morning and thank you. Please be reminded that this meeting is being recorded for the purposes for documentation. We would like to acknowledge again the presence of our quorum present here in the meeting room, starting with provisional member and user, Mr. Angel Sobrepeña, regular member Director Dennis E. Morales, and Vice Chairperson Director Jeneline Ruiz. And this meeting is being presided over by Vice Chairperson Director Jeneline G. Ravis. With that, with the back secretariat confirming the presence of a quorum for today's meeting, presenting herewith is the agenda for the day. The meeting today is we only have only one agenda. The title of the project for today's meeting is the pre-bid conference for the procurement of annual subscription of modern apps for productivity for DICT offices. The approved budget for the contract is 5,707,330 pesos, and the end user for the project is Mr. Angel Sobrepeña. With this, may we request the approval of the back members of the presented agenda.
Motion to approve today's agenda, Madam Vice Chair.
I second the
Moved and seconded. Accept this agenda is deemed approved. Please proceed.
With that, back members, we would like likewise to acknowledge the presence of the 10 technical working group present in the meeting room, named Mr. Rostom G. Julian, Sir Jericho Gudelos, and Ms. Amor Maglio. Madam Vice Chair, before we proceed with the sole agenda, we would also like to ask your permission to admit and accept other participants as the prospective bidders to join this meeting. And we would like to formally acknowledge the presence of the sole bidder, First Data Corp, and its representative. Asking your permission, Madam Vice Chair.
Please proceed.
Madam Vice Chair, with your permission, we will proceed now to the presentation of press mat of the project by the back secretariat.
Okay.
Asking for your permission, Madam Vice Chair.
Proceed, Backsec.
Madam Vice Chair, apologies po. We are just currently waiting lang po na mag-join in yung ating prospective bidder po. Thank you po.
All right.
Please be informed that our sole prospective bidder has already joined the meeting po. To continue po with the presentation, the DICT now invites bids for the project. Procurement of annual subscription of modern apps for productivity for DICT offices with bid reference number DICT BAC-2026-016 with an approved budget for the contract of 5,707,330 pesos. Our points of discussion for today are the following. We have our project details, house rules, invitation to bid, instruction to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, sealing and marking of bids, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and reminders to bidders. For the project details, the invitation to bid for the project was posted on March 7, 2026 on the following: MPhilJIP's website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, the ICT electronic bulletin board. And we also have sent our invitation to observers for this pre-bid conference on March 10, 2026 to the following: the Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Inc., and the Philippine Computer Society. However, no one was able to attend in today's pre-bid conference. Our provisional member and user representative to the DICT BAC 1 for this project is Mr. Angel V. Sobrepeña III. And as mentioned earlier, we have our sole prospective bidder for today. This is First Data Corp. For the house rules, everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question, and limit questions to details of the procurement at hand. The DICT PAC shall award the contract to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid. For the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or IB by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procuring entity, as well as the bidder and supplier, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They, or through an agent, shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Conflict of interest. All bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand, without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. All bidding documents shall be accompanied by an omnibus sworn statement of the bidder that is not related, by consanguinity or affinity up to the third level, to the HOPE, procurement agent if engaged, the head of the project management office, the end user or implementing unit, or any members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Technical Working Group, and BAC Secretariat. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Failure to comply shall be a ground for the automatic disqualification of the bid in consonance with Section 59 of the IRR. For the eligible bidders, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate to this project. GOCCs may be eligible to participate only if they can establish that they are legally and financially autonomous, operate under commercial law, and are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. The bidder must have completed within a period of 3 years from the submission of the bid, unless a shorter period is indicated in the invitation to bid as a single largest completed contract that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC, adjusted to current prices using the PSA Consumer Prices Indices. The bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. Subcontracting is not allowed. For clarification and amendment of bidding document, request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat with the emails back@dict.gov.ph and back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on March 21, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJIP's website, the DICT website, and bulletin board at DICT lobby. For the language of bids, the eligibility requirements or statements, the bids and all other documents to be submitted to the BAC must be in English. If the eligibility requirements or statements, the bids, and all other documents submitted to the BAC are in foreign language other than English, it must be accompanied by a translation of the documents in English. For contracting parties to the Apostle Convention, the document shall be authenticated through an apostille by the competent authority as defined in Section 20.9.2 of the IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization, red ribbon by the relevant embassy or consulate. For the technical component envelope, PhilJIP's Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership, Statement of the Bidder's Single Largest Completed Contract, SLCC similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided for in Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009 within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Any of the following documents must be submitted together with the Statement of Single Largest Completed Contract: A, end user's acceptance; B, official receipt; C, sales invoice for the contract. NFCC computation or committed line of credit. Statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And if applicable, JVA, or in the absence of a JVA, duly notarized statements from all potential JVA partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Please note that bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Next is the schedule of requirements, technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after-sales service or parts if applicable. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary's certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder, and for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension or reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the financial documents envelope, an original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, and certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. For bid and payment currency, payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. Bid price, use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. Bid validity, bids shall remain valid for the period specified in the BDS, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. Bid security, all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the BDS. For the format and signing of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in Section 8. Philippine bidding document related forms on or before the deadline specified in ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes. Forms as mentioned in ITB Clause 17.1 must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the price schedule under Section 8, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative or representatives of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Sealing and marking of bids. One envelope which contains the technical component envelope and the financial component envelope. Each envelope should compose three separate envelopes, one original copy, another duplicate copy, and triplicate copy for the technical component and financial component envelope. Sealing and marking of bids. This is the format that should be followed by the prospective bidders. To Department of Information and Communications Technology from name of the bidder in capital letters, address of the bidder in capital letters, and project should be procurement of annual subscription of modern apps for productivity for the ICT offices. Bid reference number is DICT BAC-2026-016, and in capital letters indicate the phrase "Do not open before March 31, 2026 at 1:30 p.m." For the copies, each bidder shall submit one original and two copies of the required documents. Deadline for the submission of bids is on March 31, 2026 at 12 noon, and the opening of bids is on the same day, March 31, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. For the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009 to bid. All bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including SID taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Members of the BAC, its staff and personnel, secretariat, and TWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC, through its secretariat, may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. Opening and preliminary examinations of bids. The manner of opening of the bids for goods shall depend on the award criterion to be adopted. And for this project, for LCRB and MERB, the BAC shall open the technical and financial proposals on the same day. Contracts similar to the project shall be supply and delivery of any software subscription completed within 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following: cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit and surety bond with an amount of 285,000 pesos, 285,366 and 50 centavos. The bidder within 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the BAC that it submitted the LCB shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its PhilGIP certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission, and receipt of bid and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDS. For the forms, we have the following: schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus warrant statement, and performance securing declaration. We have the following forms. These are all provided in the bidding documents posted. And we have the reminders to bidders. The clock at the DICT lobby using the Philippine Standard Time is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the back secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at the DICT lobby and shall stamp these as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety protocol in place, and processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the back secretariat. We would like to reiterate that the request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the following email: back@dict.gov.ph and back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the said request for clarification is on March 21, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJIP's website, the DICT website, and bulletin board at DICT lobby. The following are the common causes of ineligibility and disqualification. First, we have invalid PhilJIP certification and underlying supporting documents. Pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJIP's registration certificate, Platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate within the current updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJIP's registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of single largest completed contract similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Submission of unsigned documents, submission of audited financial statement without stamp received of DBIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through electronic filing and payment system, there is no need for the stamp received of the BIR. Instead, bidders must submit their proof of AFS e-submission, that is BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns or documents with its filing reference number or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed form in the bidding documents. Failure to submit bid securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement without age or rat, as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the Back Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any other personnel or staff aside from the authorized Back Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized Back Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder. For the video guide for the bidders on DE procurement, will be playing a short video.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions, and click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration, check your inbox, and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
Madam Vice Chair, that ends po for the presentation of the back secretariat. Thank you po.
But, Madam Vice Chair, on that note, with your permission, we will now proceed with the reading of technical specification of this project to be presented by the representative from the end user.
Okay, please proceed this is technical specification, right? But Backsec, given that the technical specification has been posted already, is it safe to assume, let's try to ask na lang the prospective bidder if they have already read through the specification and forgo of the reading of the technical specifications?
With your permission, Madam Vice Chair.
Yes?
Any comments po from the prospective bidders, if you have inquiries po, as per Madam Vice Chair's instruction?
This is Ben from First Data Corp. Good na po dun sa TOR na provided dun sa bidding clause.
Madam Vice Chair, it is stated that that it is already posted and they don't have any queries, I guess. The floor is now open for the bidders for questions or any clarification as to the presented project. Madam Vice Chair, with your permission po.
Sige, please proceed.
Yes po, Madam Lady, you may proceed with your inquiries. Ma'am, you can use po yung mic po. Unmute nyo na lang.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am. You may proceed po.
Okay po, ma'am. Question lang po, ma'am, dun po sa mga, ongoing contracts, ma'am. Need po ba namin mag-attach po ng mga supporting documents or form only po?
Ma'am, may we respectfully ask po kung ano po yung tanong yung documents po na ipipresent, kung saan sa bid docs po ba, ano po yung ipipresent sa contract? Yung attachment, ma'am, particularly po.
Sa ma'am, sa statement of ongoing and private, government and private contracts po, kung need po namin ba mag-attach ng mga supporting documents.
It will be answered by Michelle, please.
Madam Vice Chair, if I may po.
Please proceed.
For the statement of all ongoing government and private contracts po, the statement itself po will be suffice po.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you po. How about ma'am po dun sa mga ano po, form po niya? Kasi po, upon checking po dun sa bid docs po, I think wala pong specific form po for the ongoing contracts po and SLCC.
Madam Vice Chair, if I may po. Your question po will be clarified po through the supplemental bid bulletin. We'll be providing po kung ano po yung specific details po na that will be included po on the statement po, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Bali, i-written query na lang po namin. Okay po. Thank
Copy.
you.
Thank you.
Any more questions po? Madam Vice Chair, I believe there's no more question from the bidders, prospective bidders. May we now to end this bid conference po? Madam Vice Chair, with your permission po. And we'll just give the reminders po after this, ma'am. Madam Vice Chair, please.
Oh, so we're done with the question and answer. So we don't have any more queries from the prospective bidder. So we close the open forum for this one, and we could proceed with additional instructions and deadlines for this project.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, I will proceed na po. Again, to reiterate the reminders to bidders, request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at BACDICT at dict.gov.ph and BAC Secretariat at dict.gov.ph. The deadline for the submission of request for clarification is scheduled on March 21, 2026 at 4 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletin, if any, shall be posted at the PLJEP's website, the DICT website, and the bulletin board at the ICT lab. The questions and clarification will be coordinated with the end user to formulate the final answers to the supplemental bid bulletin. With that, Madam Vice Chair, that would be all for the BAC Secretariat, and thank you po.
Okay, given that prospective bidder first data corpano, please be reminded of the dates that the BACSEC has mentioned a while ago. Before we close, would there be any final questions or clarifications from bidders? Okay, hearing none, let's proceed with the adjournment. No other agenda, right, BACSEC?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. That's for our sole agenda for today, Madam Vice Chair.
Okay, so we will now proceed to adjournment. Can I have the motion, please?
Motion to adjourn po, Ma'am Vice Chair. Thank you.
Okay, moved. Can I have a second?
Chair.
Moved and seconded. On behalf of the Bids and Awards Committee, I thank everyone for your participation. So this pre-bid conference is now adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, back members, dear Dennis and Sir Angel, and all the participants for this pre-bid conference. And now it ends the pre-bid conference at 10:41 a.m. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you po.